Wednesday afternoon. The rain started just after 7 this morning. Strong sou'wester, big southerly buster over the country, snow down south up into the North Island. We've had another boat coming or going, one of the two. It's a very low tide at the moment, so weather-wise, really good weather. Weekend and Monday, Tuesday, but now we've got these squalls coming through again. We have wind howling through rigging. We have the next rain squall coming through. I've got the diesel hot air heater on, so it's quite warm in here. It's been so windy, the boat's shaking. Can't really do anything outside, so didn't achieve much. Well, this monohull's going back in, presumably tomorrow morning at high tide. Take a while. It's Saturday morning. Wind's gone down. Doesn't look like we've had any rain. And our wood pigeon's back. He or she is looking pretty plump and well fed. New bridges have been done for a long time. I can't say there's been any action on this new roundabout in recent times. It looks like they're ready for sealing, but God knows when they'll get round to doing it. So the monohull that was in this gap here was obviously gone in. Still don't have anything out on the marine railway. Looks like they're ready to get another catamaran out. With the catamaran trailer having its chocks all in place. Well, there's the monohull hydraulic trailer. great changes here. And good old CATMANTOO, surprisingly, is still here. Well, my supervisor is still waiting for me. Here's the marine railway. Although they do have an engine, they normally just hook the winch up to the hydraulics off one of the two big loaders. Wire cable runs down here, and there's the big cradle. They can slide the arms in and out on these big beams, and then fine-tuned off the hand wheels at the top. Oh, here's the rigging area. So Jerry's the rigger. Had CATMANTOO's mast out a couple of years ago, and behind is Callum Engineering. They're obviously building something quite big inside the plastic tent over here. Oh, here we go on this newer of the two loaders. So there's the hydraulics, and they're currently being taken up to run the hydraulics on the monohull trailer. So at this end there's a ram that goes down, and the other end there's a ram that adjusts the height of the wheels. That's a bit of a grey day with a few light showers, very little wind. Right, not as untidy as it has been. Still managing to maintain good charge. Now it's not raining incessantly. I'm thinking of putting a solar panel over the top of the davits. So it's just under 2.5 metres across the top, and the panels are about 1100 roughly wide, so that still is not sticking as far out as the sterns currently are. So this panel is focus 2278 long and 1134 wide, so that would do the job. And this one slightly longer, slightly narrower. And these ones also very similar. Can't really change these ones because the gap in the middle fits the boom, and also gives me access to the stuff on the back. And having this part bare makes it so much easier to deal with zipping up the stack pack. I think these ones will just have to stay as they are. Well, this is a longeron that goes from the front crossbeam back to the bridge deck. I had my annual battle with soft spots, aka rot. I've kept threatening to replace the whole thing, but I end up just patching it. From memory I replaced the side. It's solid, but it's the underneath. Oh well, cut it out. I have assembled various implements of destruction, and there is the culprit. I'd end up here, just a bit further forward on the other side. A little bit soft, not near as bad as down. I keep putting the camera in the wrong place, down further, but we'll obviously have to have a look. Those bits are just a bit damp, not rotten, so we'll let that dry. However, here is rotten. And we'll just work away at it. Still going. I'll say that's the worst of it, but if we all know it never is, I'll use the sawzall and cut a few straight lines. Now we're back to dry wood. Yep. Oh, there we go. Usually the holes are bigger than that. So that's back to solid timber. It'll be hard to see, but we're back to the glue line here. Epoxy when I replaced this top bit. Now we'll put a good camphor on the edges. There she is. So we're back to solid wood everywhere. I'll put a line of tape on to act as a drip stop. Stop any rain getting in. I've measured it, and we'll go and get some tantalised timber for it. Might as well tidy up the debris. Supervisors are back. Hopefully they're saying looks good. We're just about to cross Highway 1, going to Bunnings, which is on the other side of the road. The road's actually fairly quiet because the All Blacks are playing. It's the second Bledisloe Cup test, so most of New Zealand's probably in front of their television. I'm afraid with things being so busy, I've recorded it and I'll watch it when I get home. Well, that's what we need, and it is $26.68. It's the full length price, but H3.1 treated. It's turned into a beautiful evening, so starting to get a little bit more sun here as the depths of winter have passed. It's just off dead low spring, so the Fergie boy's leaning over. We have the shag busy drying its wings. It's Sunday morning, bit of a cold grey day at the moment, but we'll cut this to size. So 20mm long. Oh, first cut, so much easier on a table saw than with hand tools. We'll cut our angles, which I'd like to think is about 30 degrees. Next one's a rip 130 wide, and not surprisingly this will be a two-handed job. Done. The angle won't be correct, but the angle grinder with a pad on it will sort it out. Right, we have the timber, unidirectionals, plain weave glass, peel ply, resin fillers are at the boat. I'll take it up and pop her in the truck. Seem to have made a good moss kill. The green stuff, there's grass from the lawnmower. So at some stage I'm going to have to water blast it. Back at the boat, so let's see how good the fit is for the hole up there. Oh, that's pretty good. A little bit of fettling and she'll be right. Light that you could see looking aft. There's light coming in from the vent here. I believe the ventilated space where water can get in is way much better than non-ventilated. The tape seems to have kept the water out. And this of course is the launching prod, which we freed up, I don't know, last weekend was it? That's the second one I've had. First one was a carbon tube I bought. This one's a carbon tube identical but wrapped in even more carbon, so should be harder to break. Oh, it's pretty grey and cold out there, so I'm delaying the inevitable, but I thought I'd use the new Surface Pro to make sure it can connect to the battery management system. So first we need to connect to the boat and thus the internet, so it's this one here. Success! Now we need the driver for the USB to RS232 cable. Of course we have a Windows update. I have chosen to restart now. Oh, she's an old USB to serial converter. There's a CD-ROM, not that I have a CD-ROM player, but there's the cat number down here. Well, it's been an absolute age since it was updated, so it's taking a while. Well, that looks hopeful. Let's click on that. Oh goody, it's raining again. I think that's a good reason not to be outside using epoxy. Well, that didn't work. JCar have a USB to RS232 converter currently in stock, so we might try that. And failing that, there's a number of options at PB Tech. It's cold, it keeps raining. I suppose the benefit is there's no wind, but it's miserable. So I'm going to go home, and thus, with everything going on, it's a fairly short week of work on the boat. big power cat came out during the week.